Well, bam, we are back with the Monster Bass box for the month of February. It actually came pretty early this month. I've been sitting on it for a couple days. This is the February box. It is a Strike King Takeover. Last month was a lunker hunt. This month is a Strike King. Look at that beauty. That was a 6.5 pound walleye there. I weighed him. I should have measured him. Forgot that there's a tape measure on there, but that was a juicy mama right there. Caught that sucker on a lipless called the Hail Mary. Just threw it out there, let it hit the bottom, bring it up, let it hit the bottom, and then I went to lift up, and we were into it. Juicy mama. But let's check out this Strike King Takeover, see if it's any good. It's kind of hard to go wrong with Strike King, so let's check it out, see what we got. Alright, the moment we all been waiting for. Let's get up into this juicy mama. Here we go, we got our booklet. The Strike King Takeover. Helping you to catch greatness. The PB crushing baits. Different box values here. More than 50 years of domination. They do got a lot of baits. I mean, they got everything you need. So, kind of a little catalog of all the different types of baits that you could get through the brand Strike King. And pointers from the pros. Got a chick magnet right there. Pretty cool. Depths and locations. Pretty good, useful stuff right here, believe it or not. Definitely if you're like somebody getting into fishing and, you're not sure how to use these lures, definitely some good information here. Very nice guy, Epic Eric. That is a really nice guy. Yeah, check that out. They have some lives on Thursday on YouTube. The moon phases. And then let's check out some PBs. Alright, David with a 5-pounder. Look at that 6-pounder. So if you get yourself your PB through the Monster Bass box, I guess you send them a picture in and you can be featured in here, which is pretty cool, a good way to show love back to the Monster Bass community. Alright. First bait, green gizzard shad. Now this actually did come like that. That does happen. So it is a red eye shad, and this sucker is very nice. I mean, you can never go wrong with the lipless from Strike King here. I have quite a few red eye shads, and they fish great. They have a fast fall. You can fish them down deep, no problem. Come with a nice oval split ring. Got a little my work, I got that Gojo with the sand. My hands just get chopped up during the winter. And I did do some fishing the other day. Caught a nice juicy pike. But yeah, check that out. I mean, nothing new here, but all in all, a very great bait. Glad to have it. Can never have too many liplesses. That's how I feel, right? You can never have too many baits. Next, we got the rodent, which I really like this bait because it reminds me of a bait that Berkeley used to make called the Strike King, not the Strike King, the Berkeley Thief. And this looks a lot like it, and I don't know, maybe Berkeley copied Strike King and then maybe they had to stop production on it or something. Let me go grab it real quick. I'll show you how close it looks to it. But the Thief is way cooler. Alright, I forget where we were, but we were talking about this here Strike King rodent right here. Reminds me a lot of a bait that Berkeley makes that they no longer make. It was called the Thief. 25% more. And really cool bait. Tell you what, anytime I caught a fish on this bait, it was always a big mama. I actually really love the way this bait is. But you'll see it's pretty similar. I don't know why they ever stopped making it. I mean, some of these got holes and try to melt them back together because can't find them anymore. But you can see, this was the Thief, man. This thing was awesome. So the only thing close to this bait anymore would be the rodent. But very nice bait right there. Has a nice coffee scent. And one thing I do really like about Monster Bass is you get full packs. You don't get no sample packs. That's one thing that they don't do. They do not do sample packs. Even seems like when it comes to their hooks, they give you a full pack of hooks. So, very good bait right there. Great flipping bait. Throw it on a jig. Fish it, Texas rig. I mean, they love this stuff. Next. Oh, look at that. We got a Strike King chick magnet in the color Natural Brim. Let's bust this baby open. And guess what? I'm just joking with you guys, because I know some of you are like, what, dude, I didn't get that in my box. But in my last Tackle Warehouse video, toward the end, I'm like, wow, I thought I had a, bluegill pattern. And what do you know, after I shot that video, cleaning up, it was right there at my foot. So, totally missed it from last video. You will not get this in your Monsterbass box. But, all in all, just wanted to show you this, because I didn't get to show you last video. This one here is Natural Brim. Would have been cool if they thrown something in here like this. It is something newer. It is a bait a lot of people want. It's also a bait a lot of people have not gotten to fish yet. So, something new. But did not get that in the box. Let's continue on. Now, the caffeine shads. Very good fluke. Nice whipping action here. I actually have a pack of these in pearl. In the same color. What color is this? We have pearl. I actually have these hooked up on the Picasso chatterbait. Definitely a good chatterbait trailer, because you can see it has that little slender tail, and then it's bulbous back there. But this is a nice plastic here. Has the, of course, a little belly slot there for the hook. Pretty salty stuff. Has a lot of salt in it. You might be able to see the salt get on the hands there. And again, full pack. When I like to fish a fluke is when things are really grassy and you cannot get a treble hook bait through anything. If I'm not using this as a trailer, when it's really grassy, the fluke just comes alive, because you could really fish this in and out of the grass. And also, there is a weird, let me see if I have one right here behind me. There is this weird underspin right here, made by 10,000 Fish, the cycle bait. And when you're fishing this, it rocks back and forth like that. So if you were to put on a fluke on this bait, it really looks so good. This underspin looks really good with the flukes. A paddle tail kind of fights against it. Put a straight fluke on this thing, and you'll be surprised at how amazing it looks on there. Just a little side note, but got some caffeine shads, looking good. Full pack. Alright, so far 3 packs of soft plastics here. This one's pretty cool right here. Double-headed, what is it? Double head red. This is a, pretty much like, what do they call it? Not a zipper worm. I can't think of the name right now. Let's get it out. The ring fry, right? How many we get in the pack here? Get 6 in the pack. Open poured technology. What that means is you have hand poured baits, you have open poured baits, and then you have injection baits. Now this right here is an open pour, which means there is the mold is very visible. Picture like a water gun going over here and just squirting it down, kind of like a 3D printer. It squirts it in. A little machine will squirt the stuff in there. But hand poured's always going to be the best, because it's an actual person like pouring, making sure everything's flowing to each end. But this is the open pour technology. What's good about that is you get a lot more softer, baits, and they're able to do more laminate colors. If you were to hand pour this, and you say you did like a peanut butter and jelly, you could put the peanut butter down first. You could put a chartreuse in between, and then you could put the jelly. You could just do so many more things with the colors. But this is very nice. I've never fished this before, so this is definitely new to me. I really like it. Very salty. Honestly, how I would fish this is probably just weightless like this. I would just throw on a 3/0 EWG hook. I really like the EWGs, and I'd probably just throw this out there weightless. I'd also throw it in a wacky rig on a spinning setup. I don't think I would really drop shot this. I'm not sure if it floats. If it's pretty buoyant and it's like got the neutral buoyancy, then I would. But I have a feeling, you know, you throw this on a drop shot, it's just going to hang down the line. Also on the Ned, this would look pretty good on Ned. Shaky head. Really cool, very salty. And you get a 6-pack. You know, I think this is the stuff a lot of people really miss from Monsterbass, is when you would get all these great brands in there, even though this is all one brand. But, you know, I always thought Monsterbass did pretty good with their stuff. Sometimes they, you know, they miss the mark when they have a good opportunity, you know, like the Lunker Hunt Takeover. Lunker Hunt came out with some pretty serious baits, and then they put all the more gimmicky stuff that people don't really care for. And then we got the 2.5 right there. Really nice perch pattern. They hooked it up over here with the perch. Yellow perch. And I'll tell you what, on a 2.5, I've caught a lot of fish. So I know some people will stay away from it because it's a bigger bait, but while it seems big, I mean, there's minnows bigger than this, right? So it's really not that big when you think about it. It's just a different tool to do the different job. Get down. What is this? Usually it's not much different. Yeah, 3 to 5 feet. I do have a, let me show you real quick. This one gets down a little bit deeper. Where are you guys? I'm looking for my 2.0s. Oh, here we go. Kind of nice to have this little bait cabinet behind me because I'm able to grab stuff, but it's supposed to be a Monsterbass review, and here I go. But this will actually get down 7.5 feet. And as you can see, it's the same size, but what helps that is this is slow rise, so it kind of gets down there and kind of suspends before it starts to come up. This is going to float up pretty quick, but that's why I wasn't too sure. A lot of the 2.0s I have are 2.5s. They're mostly in the Berkeley patterns. I even have a whole nother tray. But very great bait, nice colors. These hooks are pretty stout, pretty sharp. One thing I don't like is when a hook is able to, yeah, see, I changed them out. When your treble hook could go over the bill like that, I don't like that. You get snagged a lot more. I like it to not be able to go over the bill. This way it's guarded by the bill. But really nice bait. I like it. So far this box is good, you know. That's cool. That's biggie. Largy smalls. And that's pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty creative. I mean, if you're into hip-hop, you know, Biggie Smalls, that's pretty awesome there. Now they got to get a Tupac one. I always like Tupac better than Biggie, but really cool. I always want a Monsterbass to do a Wu-Tang one, you know, because they have the M for Monsterbass. They could, like, flip, you know, do, like, a Wu-Tang sign upside down. But that's a cool sticker there. And then, you know, their rods and stuff. They seem pretty cool. Seem like pretty decent rods. I mean, I don't know. I haven't fished them. But we got that Hack Attack jig in a 1/2 ounce right there. That's a big boy. And I know some people might not be happy that it's a 1/2 ounce, but I really don't mind, you know, because I have a lot of 3/8 ounce, 1/2 ounces. So this is nice, you know. This is something that you could really throw into that thick stuff if you have those like mats and stuff like that. You know, you need that heavier weight to get down in there or fish it deeper. And what is this, a heavy cover Hack Attack jig? Just a Hack Attack. Really nice. I don't know what the color is. I probably should tell you that. Made in Costa Rica. I don't know. I don't really see the color. I don't want to make it too long, but it's pretty much a green pumpkin. Got the lead bait keeper there, which for me, that's always been good enough for me. I don't really complain too much about that. It has the rubber band there, but, you know, by the time you lose a jig or something, like, by the time that thing rots, you'll already have this jig beat up, most likely. But all in all, pretty good. I like it. And then the last bait we got is a Strike King Thunder Cricket. Also has an owner hook, also in a 1/2 ounce. Very nice if you want to fish it deeper. There we go. One thing is these eyes will always fall off. You know, the eyes fall off, and, you know, I do lose the skirt on this. I ain't gonna lie. I have a black and blue Thunder Cricket and pulled it in, and I guess the band did. I guess I had the bait longer than the band. Because I pulled it in, and this was all gone. But a good old Thunder Cricket. Right here has a little pivot point on the head. And then, you know, we have the little tapered part here. Definitely cuts through. A lot of people feel like this does better around wood than, say your standard chatterbait, which is boxed off. And honestly, I honestly have more luck on the very original chatterbait than really any other one of them. It's kind of weird because I used to always catch fish on a chatterbait, and then I felt like, you know, my luck with the chatterbait really died down. And, you know, I was watching Randy Bolick or whatever, and he made a video a while back saying how he felt like the original chatterbait caught more fish. And I was like, you know what, that is it. Because when I fished the original, just a little cheap chatterbait, the original one, I felt like I really used to catch more on just the, what do we got here? Yeah, on just the original chatterbait. I felt like I used to catch more on this one here. Just a little cheap one. So, I don't know. Could be something to that. We're going to really try to test that out. I mean, I believe him. Dude knows more than I do. That's for darn sure. But yeah, that is the box. And here's the ticket number. If anybody does watch it and this number comes up, shoot me a message and I'll let you claim the prize. Alright, so there you go. If anybody wants to win that number, possibly, let me know. And that's going to wrap it up. A little bit of a longer video here for what we do have, but, you know, get a little sidetracked and stuff like that. But anyway, little recap. Let me just set everything out that we got here. Gotta put the Biggie Small stickers in there. I think it's pretty solid box. I mean, you got pretty much a moving bait right there. You got some power fishing techniques here. You could slow it down. We could slow it down here. I mean, you could go out with this box right now, and it does cover every situation that you need. Honestly, I mean, you could fish this like a Ned. You could fish it like a Wacky. You could use this as a trailer on here, but I'd probably put this. Yeah, why not? Bam, put that together. Pair that together. Everything looks good. This is a very nice pattern right here. Is this one making noise? Yeah, silent. A lot of them are silent. But all in all, a pretty nice box for this month. I like it. I'm pretty happy with it. And apparently next month is supposed to be the Monsterbass favorites. So I don't know if there's somewhere you vote, you know. So if you're a Monsterbass subscriber and there's a bait that you really thought was awesome, maybe you might want to do a little survey for the next month's box. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed. Till next time, peace out.